John Connor gave me a picture of you once. I didn't know why at the time. It's very old. Torn. Faded. You were young like you are now. You seemed just a little sad. I used to always wonder what you were thinking at that moment. I memorized every line, every curve. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
What's going on, Terminator fans? Welcome back to my channel. I am your host, Grindhouse Grotto, and I greatly appreciate all support that you've all given me. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for amazing future content. As always, guys, I'm going to be continuing my discussion on Terminator 6 Dark Fate that is due out this year, November 1st. And tonight I want to discuss Kyle Reese's character. He is absolutely, positively, my favorite character in the Terminator series. So if you follow my videos, you guys know that I absolutely love Terminator 1. It is my favorite film, not because it's the first film, but because it is the best film. It has the darkest tone. It's got an amazing love story between Sarah and Kyle. It's got a badass Arnie as a Terminator. Just incredible story. I mean, this was James Cameron at his peak, in my opinion. Okay, not to put any shade on Terminator 2, because I love Terminator 2 as well. Terminator 2 is an incredible film. It's a classic film. Okay, I love them both, but me personally, I like Terminator 1 better. And part of that reason is because of Kyle Reese. You know, Michael Biehn did a phenomenal job playing Kyle Reese in that movie. A lot of people don't give his character enough credit. He kind of falls in the shadows amongst the other characters. You know, I look at Kyle Reese's character as just as important, if not even more important, than Sarah's character. Because if you look at it, without Kyle Reese coming back in time, John Connor would never be born. The future would have been won by the machines. And basically, we would never have seen the events of Terminator. So Kyle Reese's character is very important. He also educates Sarah in Terminator 1 about Judgment Day and the future war. Okay? So he was a central character to Sarah's development and becoming a strong warrior and basically training John to be a future resistance leader. Okay? He played an integral role in the series. And that's why I feel like he's such an important character. And now, as far as Terminator 6 goes, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I really don't see him being in this film. And now, it's not because I don't want to see him in this film, because I absolutely love Kyle Reese's character. I love Michael Biehn. He's an amazing actor. I would love to see him come back. I just don't know how they would do it. And to be quite honest with you, guys, as much as I love him, he's not really needed in this movie, because we saw that he really wasn't in Terminator 2. If you hadn't seen the deleted scenes and you just saw the theatrical cut of Terminator 2, he really wasn't in the movie. Okay, James Cameron came back and added the deleted scenes or the unused scenes in Terminator 2, and then we saw that actually Kyle Reese was there in some dream sequences. But I feel like it would be kind of interesting if maybe not in this film, but in a sequel, or in one of the sequels, or another film in this trilogy, if we got some dream sequences maybe, or we had we got to see a younger Kyle Reese, somebody who looks very similar to Michael Biehn's character, and you know, Sarah meets up with this character and something happens. I don't want to shame this movie at all. Some people have said in my comment section that they really do enjoy Terminator Genisys. I like certain aspects of Terminator Genisys, but I really don't like how they handled Kyle Reese's character. In particular, the point I'm getting to is I don't like how they handled Kyle Reese's character, and in particular, you know, Sarah's interaction with the younger Kyle. Okay, how she was doing the whole like straight line down the hand and all that, and I don't know. The whole thing was just very confusing, and I don't like that. in this film, you know, with Linda Hamilton back, I feel like there could be some really emotional and really fascinating scenes between Kyle Reese and Sarah if they somehow incorporate it in this movie. I don't know how they would do it because Kyle Reese is not quite at the right age in this film to be the Kyle Reese that we're familiar with in Terminator 2 and Terminator 1. He would be 16 years old in this timeline. So Kyle Reese was born in 2003, and that would have made him 26 in 2029 when he was sent back from the future. So we've still got a ways to go before we see, you know, the Michael Biehn interpretation of Kyle Reese. Yeah, guys, I don't know what they would do, to be quite honest with you. I would hope that they could somehow maybe give Kyle Reese a cameo in this movie. That would be really cool. I would love to see some kind of a cameo with him or some kind of explanation, but I don't really feel like it's needed, okay? And that's kind of what I want to talk about. And also, I'm kind of interested to hear people's ideas and theories about Kyle Reese potentially being in this timeline. I would say if he's going to be in this movie, if he was going to be in this movie, it would be in a very small cameo role, and then he would play a larger role in some potential sequels. So, you know, we've all been speculating about Sarah's character. Linda Hamilton's back, and I've been kind of speculating that there's a good possibility she's going to die in this film, and I think it would be kind of cool if we saw the new characters kind of like working with a young Kyle Reese, and that's how they move the story into this new trilogy. It's kind of like Sarah meets Kyle Reese in the future or the present timeline, and he has no idea who she is until later on, you know, 2029, when John Connor sends him back. But he meets Sarah in 2019, and Sarah basically brings him into the Resistance with these other characters. At the end of the film, she dies, and the torch basically gets passed on to these new characters and Kyle Reese. And then it's like the whole story arc with Sarah and Kyle basically comes full circle, and you know, she could finally kind of lay her head to rest, knowing that she got one last, you know, opportunity to be with Kyle. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know. That's what I've always thought, is how could they incorporate Kyle Reese into the story and make it appropriate without making it silly, but at the same time give us that same emotional attachment that we got in Terminator 1 between Kyle Reese and Sarah's character. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on Terminator 6 Dark Fate and Kyle Reese potentially being in this film. Let me know in the comment section, do you think he's going to be in this film? Do you think he could be in a potential trilogy? And what are the theories that are floating around? Do you have any theories about Kyle Reese's character being in this film or a trilogy? As always, guys, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and please subscribe to my channel. All support is greatly appreciated. And until next time, guys, take it easy.